So how do we beat bloat in Ayurveda? We all suffer gas and cramps sometimes. It can be really uncomfortable with tight clothes and cramps and having to pass gas. So, it is a very common issue. Actually, about 20% of Australians suffer irritable bowel syndrome, and one of the main symptoms of that is often gas. Even modern science is supporting the fact that our immune system is connected with our digestion, with 70% of our immune system in our gut. So it is important to have good digestion. As Ayurveda says, sound nutrition is the foundation of good health. As we age also, our digestion tends to decrease. And this is because the gut loses its tone and peristalsis slows. Enzymes essential for digestion decrease, such as protease for proteins, lactase for lactose, lipase for fats, and amylase for carbohydrates. This can cause more bloat and cramps, even constipation, malabsorption, and can contribute to an imbalanced microbiome and inflammation. So it's really important, not only now, but as we age, to guard our digestion. And there are 4 aspects to healthy eating according to Ayurveda. So we should consider how we eat, what we eat, our assimilation, and our elimination. So firstly, how we eat. Are you eating well? I was thinking of categorizing different eaters, and I came up with a few. You might think of some yourself. The hoover, people who just inhale their food so quickly. The gas bagger, people who talk a lot while they eat. The sloucher, people who have poor posture while eating. And the Russian, people who just really rush and eat on the run. These are all likely to contribute to more gas. If we don't chew properly, we don't sit straight, we don't sit still while we eat, it will all impact on our digestion. So try these tips. These are basic Ayurvedic eating awareness tips for mindful meals. Don't eat after 6 p.m. or at least 3 hours prior to eating. Sit upright, breathe deeply. Take something that's going to increase your digestive enzymes with each meal. So it might be a bit of food. It might be a bit of ginger. It might be a little bit of pickle, some kimchi. Chew each mouthful at least 15 to 20 times. Limit talking. Sip warm water with your meal so you don't put out the digestive fire. Even taking a stroll after dinner, and try to burp after a meal. And you can help this by gently massaging your stomach and sitting up straight. So that's a little bit about how we eat. Now, what we eat. So in the gas department, there are certain repeat offenders. We know that beans means farts. It can be difficult for vegetarians because they rely on beans for a protein source. So there are ways that you can reduce the gas-forming properties of beans, and that is by soaking them, draining out the water, and then cooking them again in nice carminative spices such as cumin, fennel, hing, also known as asafoetida, fabulous to reduce gas, and also scooping the foam off the top of the legumes. Nuts are great also for fat and protein, but they can cause gas. So activated nuts, where they're soaked and then slow roasted over time, make them much more digestible. Ideally, we don't eat fruit with other foods. So fruit with carbs specifically will increase the fermentation and gas. So ideally, we have fruit as a snack or a meal by themselves. Certain foods may be triggers for gas. So you can look at the FODMAP foods, lactose, gluten, brassicas, yeast, corn, soy, carrageenans, some additives may be really feeding the gas baby. So check that. We can always fertilize our gut garden with foods that feed our microbiome. So helping, our digestion with these gently probiotic foods. things like miso, yogurt, buttermilk, dosha. They help banish bad bacteria and heal the gut. And there's also the prebiotic rich foods, which is preparing the soil to seed the probiotics. And the prebiotic foods are bananas, honey, asparagus, artichoke. One specific one in India is the okra, very good prebiotic. So another food we can eat, or types of food that can stimulate gas, are stimulants, because they can increase the enteric nervous system. So stimulants such as caffeine, cacao, chili, alcohol, they're not so suitable for Vata constitution, who create a lot of gas by nature already, because they're air and ether. And then, so looking at our actual assimilation, our assimilation is determined in Ayurveda by the strength of our digestive organs, our digestive secretions, the balance in our gut of microbes and microbiome, and the enteric nervous system. So addressing all these things, is my liver strong? Am I able to break down fatty foods and dairy? If not, we can address that with specific therapeutics. Am I secreting enough? For example, do I have enough hydrochloric acid to break down protein? Potentially not. So you may have to stimulate that. And the GIT balance. So if we have an overload of things like candida, parasites, amoebas, toxins contributing to gut inflammation, this will definitely harbour more gas. So we need to look at ways to eliminate those intestinal microbes. And then soothing the enteric nervous system is something that's only been explored more and more now, particularly with IBS and people with nervous diarrhea. So to calm the enteric nervous system, very simply, we can place our palms over our abdomen after eating, be still and mindful, and just feel the warmth in there, and breathe into our lower abdomen and just send that good energy that's calm and digestive. It's promoting the parasympathetic nervous system for rest and digest. Rather than rushing up, getting into things, worrying about things, we just take that moment post-digestion to settle our nervous system. So specific things that can help assimilation regarding gas are the carminative herbs for Vata, for example, the fennel, peppermint tea, the asafoetida or hing is excellent. Also for the pitta kind of digestion, which is a little bit more, we call it tikshnagni, intense. The pitta digestion, we can calm that with more cooling foods. So cucumber, aloe vera, alkalizing sprouts, bitter foods are cooling. And then the kapha type of digestion tend to be a bit more slow and sluggish. So we actually want to stimulate that with more fiber, and potentially more spicy foods such as pepper, chili, garlic. So that will help to mobilize their metabolism and digestion. So the fourth leg of healthy digestion, reducing gas, is elimination. If we're clogged up, we're going to have that backload, and that's going to cause that bubbling, fermentation and gas caught in the body, called gulma. Gulma is a blockage in the body, according to Ayurveda. So regular elimination is absolutely key to keep gas at bay. And if there is a chronic constipation, then specific therapies can definitely help. So Vata are really assisted with warm oil enemas, can give that to ourselves, or Pitta, they do well with senna and aloe vera, and Kaphas actually do quite well with colonics and just movement, getting that peristalsis stimulated. Everybody also generally can benefit from doing a nice abdominal massage. So a nice deep abdominal massage. If there is really bad constipation, you can actually do it with castor oil only on adults, so not on children, unless prescribed by a practitioner. So as you can see, it's a big, wonderful world, gut health, and there's many things we can implement to assist our digestion. If you'd like to learn more about having divine digestion, then please join us for the Great Gut Health Workshop. And I look forward to keeping in touch. Take care. Bon appetit.